You're listening to Mitnik's Monthly Brushstrokes, a podcast on the art of outsmarting, the fun part that sets you apart. I'm Keith Mitnik, author of Don't Eat the Bruises, How to Foil Their Plans to Spoil Your Case. For more information, please visit keithmitnik.com. This is Keith Mitnik, and I would like to give a gift to the younger lawyers, or the lawyers that have not yet had a lot of experience in the courtroom. And the gift is this, one of empowerment and one of peace. And the peace that comes with recognizing I don't have to be polished to be impressive. Here's what I'd like to tell you. I want to talk to you today about, particularly to some of the younger lawyers who haven't spent a lot of time in the courtroom and have the jitters that can be overwhelming at times. And you're worried about your performance. You're worried that you won't perform up to the standards that you have in your head that you want to live up to. You're worried that people watching you or partners watching you will be disappointed that your performance isn't pretty. And I want to give all of you that are having those feelings that every single one of us have had at one point in time or another. And anyone says they didn't aren't telling you the truth. Here's the gift. It's not about being pretty. I'm going to say it again. It's not about being pretty. What it's about is your believability in your side that the jury can smell and they can feel coming out of every pore of your body. It can be jerky. It can be sloppy. You can forget things. You can miss things. You can hunt for things. You can sound shaky. You can get called to the bench because it's embarrassing because you can't figure out the right objection and still have a jury have no question in their mind that you believe deeply in the cause you're representing in that courtroom. And further, that you have put together a package of presentation of your information that is rock solid, believable, persuasive, and just feels right. And none of that has anything to do with how pretty the performance is. Here's a little secret from someone who spent 30 plus years in a courtroom. We want to impress our peers. We want the judge to go, wow, that's the best lawyer I've ever seen in my courtroom. We want the defendant to go to the next defense bar meeting and say, my God, that Mitnik is a force of nature. We all want that. But what's important, the peace of mind, is this. It's not what wins and loses cases. That's ego. That's ego. And you don't need it to win. So let it go. Early in your career, it's not going to be pretty. And let me give you a revelation. Your partners don't expect it to be perfect. The judge doesn't when they see you come in and you're younger. The jury doesn't. There's a charm to stumbling and bumbling and being nervous. And years down, as time goes on, you'll get prettier and more perfect, and it'll be more of a showcase. But let me give you a little disappointing news. When it gets very impressive, it's still not going to be about you being impressive. You're not going to win because you were impressive with your trial skills. You're going to win for the same reason that you were winning or going to win when you were younger and it wasn't so impressive. Why? Because you believe in your side from the depths of your heart and the jury can feel it, and because you put your facts together and your information together in a package that simply makes sense that you're right. And all the packaging is done before you ever set foot in the courtroom, when no one's watching, when you can close your door and run through it in your head and ask all of those ever important questions of why am I right and why are they wrong, and dissect your case and pick the right words in the language of the case and the right powerful words, the right analogies, ask the right questions for the jury to get their righteous result. All of that happens when you have plenty of time and the spotlight's not on, and you have time to talk to more senior lawyers and more experienced lawyers. Go read a book. Pick up Don't Eat the Bruises and see what they say. Pick up the phone and call or email me at kmitnik@forthepeople.com. Talk to your colleagues. You can do all of that, and there's no pressure. None. So the reason I tell you all of that is simply this. If you can honestly tell yourself, I know they're going to actually be expecting it not to be pretty, so I won't disappoint them. But I can be impressive where it counts, in the presentation of the information, in the packaging, in my sincerity. And you know what's likely to happen? You're going to win. And that's the one thing that truly counts. That's the one impressive part. And in time, it'll get prettier. And I'm not against being pretty, trust me. If I do something ain't pretty, I'm miserable. But I'll give myself the peace of mind to know it wasn't about me. It was about the right and wrong that I brought to the courtroom that had nothing to do with polish. So please give that to you. And a funny little anecdote before I finish this subject is I gave this discussion to one of our young lawyers just a week ago who was trying the first jury trial, first chair, and had some questions. And I shared the answers to the questions for trial strategies. And at the end, I gave that to her. And about 10 minutes later, I hear ding, and I look on my phone, and she has sent me a picture of this silly looking horse. And it has one of those cones you see out on the road to mark, or in a grocery store marking a wet spot, tied to the poor horse's head. And it said, "Someday I'll be a unicorn." And I laughed and I thought, she got it. And you know what? I just got the results. She won the trial. In a nutshell, the biggest hurdle to lawyers of all ages, honestly, is performance anxiety. I got a guitar and I can play it a little and I can sing a little and kind of stay in tune, but nobody wants to hear it. But I can be alone and play it and sing along a little, some simple tune. I start feeling good about it, and I'll call my wife in the room. The minute she walks in the room, everything goes down the tubes. My fingers get clutty. My voice can't stay in tune. Why? Performance anxiety. I'm not comfortable with the guitar nor my voice. Plenty comfortable in the courtroom. Lots of folks aren't that comfortable yet in the courtroom. Don't let performance anxiety take away your ability to win the day because you believe in your cause and you did the hard work in preparing and outsmarting the other side, and nobody cares if you stutter and stammer a little, as long as the message you deliver is pure as gold. For more information, please visit keithmitnik.com.